Hi, so my name is Jodie Grinham. I am Paralympic silver medalist from Rio, doubles world champion, and I'm competing in para archery in Paris. So we've as a team, it's been kind of mismatched, going into this games. We've all had our own journeys, we've all had our own programs. We all very much knew that we had different things to work on to get here, whether that's selection at different times or different competitions. But actually now we're here and we're all training and we're all in the same position. It's really nice. We're all coming together, we're all having a laugh, we're all having a joke, we're all able to hang out for a little bit longer, which is really great atmosphere. That exactly what you want before you go into the village, and everyone's really excited for tomorrow, where we finally get there and see our accommodation. And then, in about a week's time, we get to actually compete and start, the real reason why we're here. So yeah, it's been amazing. It's been a long journey, but we're all loving it. So I started archery when I was 14 and 15 years old, and that was because I got told that I wouldn't be able to do archery because of my disability. So I was born with something called brachysyndactyly. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. So many people say it so many different ways, but that is it. And it meant that because someone had said I couldn't do it, me and my dad and a coach from the club decided that we were going to work together and get things sorted and see what we could do. And that started off with us, attaching my hand to the bow so I'd be able to slot it in. And then we realized there was a rule that meant you can't do that. You can't have it as like a socket that stays in, has to be able to come away. So we tried so many different things. We were cutting up bits of foam and household items and a bit of sellotape here and a bit of duct tape there, trying to build something that meant my hand could hold the bow, but also could come away from it, but be stable. And by the time we'd got to Rio, we had used moldable plastic and moldable plasticine that then went round like a huge bit of foam that my hand could sit on. And then I had this piece of metal that would come to the front of the bow, that then a strap would go round and attach to here. So then when the bow fell away, I could still catch it with this strap. And, that worked really well. However, because it was so big and so chunky, it meant that if it got knocked or if anything happened, the grip was falling off or melting in the heat. So we had so many different problems. And then in 2017, one of the bow manufacturers was actually making this new bow, and the grip was going to be really thin. Now I have no issue holding the bow as long as I could get this bit here to almost hold the bow, because it can slot into this little section of my hand. That's all I've got to hold the bow. Otherwise I need to be big enough for the whole hand to fit. And that's just because as much as my hand looks the way it is, I've got no bone in this bit here, no bone in this bit here. So it's only really this bit of the section that I can support the bow with. And I said to the manufacturer then, which is Merlin Archery Club, I was like, if you make the bow with the grip like this, I will shoot it. 100%, because then I haven't got to modify and do things. And, the owner, Ben Jones, and I had a laugh about it and was like, right, okay. And went from there. And that's the company I now shoot. The company's called My Bow. It's I shoot the Revolution, which is fantastic, which has meant that I now don't have to adapt the grip. It does just fit into my hand. And as simple as trying to catch it, all I do is just tie a shoelace around the base of the bow, and it just goes around my hand. So then when I shoot and the bow falls off, the shoelace just catches it. So it's incredible, it's easy, and it's something that I can just adapt constantly. Yeah, it's literally, it's standard how it is. That is part of the bow. Hopefully they never change it. Touch wood. But yeah, it's incredible. So, and it's a bow that can be so changeable that you can change the different shimmies of it. So with one of the bows, with how I shoot it, I've had to shimmy it to the left to be able to help with my shoulder in a certain direction. I can adjust the poundage of it, I can adjust the weight, everything can be adjusted. So therefore it's meant that with my disability, with my pregnancy, it didn't matter. I can change the bow to accommodate it all. It's fantastic. It's been difficult. It's not going to been a walk in the park. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it has. Things like I can't do 12-hour long session days with constant shooting. I haven't got the stamina. I haven't got the ability to do that. I am tired. I need a nap. You know, I need to eat. I need to rest. I can't walk for long distances, so like collecting my arrows and stuff takes a toll on me because I'm walking 50 meters there and back at a time just to collect my arrows, and doing that constantly. Even shooting, you know, just this movement itself, there's a bit of a twist which can really tire my body out. But, you know, my coach has been great. We've adapted like the stabilization. You know, I'm a lot more front heavy because there's a baby growing in the belly. And, you know, that's meant the stabilization has been off. You know, so we've had to adapt that. Even things down to like my belt or my kit. You know, the kit doesn't fit. I need to cover the midriff. That's part of the archery rule. So therefore I've had to make sure I've got tops that are big enough to cover the belly. But then that means that up under my armpit, they're really baggy up here. So therefore the string can get caught quite easy. So I've got like a guard that holds it all in to stop it getting caught. So that there are things we've just had to like adapt to and try and make sure that everything's covered within the rules, but also I'm protected and things aren't getting caught up. So we will be qualifying on the 29th, so literally the day straight after opening ceremony. So we've made the decision as like a team that sadly we won't be attending the opening ceremony just because we need to be able to rest the day before we compete. So qualifying isn't televised, it's just because of the amount of athletes that there are doing it at the same time. However, from the 30th, there's matches in the morning, and 31st, matches throughout the day. And that very much, I think, is on like Discovery Plus. You know, it's all being televised. I think that we've partnered up with YouTube as well. So yeah, it's going to be amazing coverage. Definitely tune in from like the 30th. You can see the matches. They're all being done like one by one. So you actually get to experience like the finals field and how the matches are going to work, which is amazing. The televisation and the coverage looks incredible. So you can see the athlete shoot. You can actually see the target. You know, everything has been so well thought out. But I really think you'll enjoy it if you get to tune in.